Many species of amphibians and reptiles are declining worldwide. This trend is troublesome because of the key roles they play in diverse ecosystems. Habitat loss and degradation, pollution, introduction of invasive species, climate change, disease, and unsustainable use are all threats to these cold-blooded creatures. One species found along the Gulf Coast facing these very threats is the gopher tortoise. They are typically found in pyrogenic longleaf pine, upland dry oak, sandhill scrub, and coastal sand dune habitats. Due to steep population declines, the tortoise is listed under the Endangered Species Act in its western range. The gopher tortoise is considered a keystone species. A keystone species is a species that plays a critical role in its environment and affects the biodiversity of an entire ecosystem. Without a doubt, the burrow is what makes this tortoise so special. Burrows can be up to 50 feet long and 20 feet deep. Individuals will construct many burrows in their home range, with females using less than males. This is a gopher tortoise burrow, but why is it so special? Over 360 other species, including vertebrates and invertebrates, find shelter and refuge in these burrows, giving the tortoise the nickname wildlife landlord. For example, the threatened eastern indigo snake spends almost all of its time underground in gopher tortoise burrows. This is what an abandoned burrow looks like. They resemble an old house that no one is living in, looking unkept and dilapidated. Here is an active gopher tortoise burrow. You can see how the species keeps the entrance neat and tidy, with most of the leaves and twigs cleared away. If you're really lucky, you may even see an individual out foraging on the native grasses. You can help the species by observing from a distance and not bringing a gopher tortoise home as a pet. Also, while driving in tortoise habitat, scan the road ahead and give them plenty of time to cross. For more information about this ancient creature, we spoke with an expert from the Gulf State Park.
Hi, my name is Ava and I do a lot of volunteer projects here at Gulf State Park, and I also volunteer at Ponsecore National Wildlife Refuge, and I'm here with Miss Kelly Reeds.
My name is Kelly Reeds. I work here at Gulf State Park. I have worked as a naturalist for the park for about 15 years, and we're going to talk today about gopher tortoises.
Can you give us an overview of the Gulf State Park?
Sure. Gulf State Park is a little over 6,000 acres. We have different types of habitats, and one of those types of habitats is perfect for the gopher tortoise. We have some longleaf pine and pineland savanna type area the gopher tortoise likes to live in.
Okay. Do you think the gopher tortoise is an important species for specific habitats in the Gulf State Park?
I really do. Gopher tortoise, like I said, lives in the pineland area. It is a very unique species. They dig burrows down into the ground. Most tortoises and turtles don't do that. The gopher tortoise will go down into the ground and it will share its burrow with many other species. So they've counted over 150 other species of animals that will use a gopher tortoise burrow. And it's especially important for the indigo snake. And although we haven't seen any indigo snakes in our park in recent years, they have been here. It's their historic habitat, and they were released here a number of years ago. So we're hoping that with our gopher tortoise populations that we will eventually have that indigo snake back. We do have a couple of areas in the park that we manage for the gopher tortoises. Our chief environmental planner for the state park system for Alabama, DCNR, he does do prescribed fire in the park, and that helps both the pine savannas, and it's very important for gopher tortoise habitat. It helps to take some of the scrub out and gives them a little bit more open area where they can have their burrows and colonies.
Okay. Do you know how many colonies are in the Gulf State Park?
I believe that we have currently two active colonies in the park. One of them is down on Rosemary Dune Trail, and that's where we visited today. We went and looked. Quite a few active burrows along there, and then the other one is up on our ridge, along the ridge trail, the Gulf Oak Ridge, and we just have a couple of turtles on that one, and I have not identified where their burrows are, just seen turtles crossing.
Okay. Do visitors get a chance to see the Gopher tortoise in the Gulf State Park?
Sometimes they do. I get very excited when we go on walks and a gopher tortoise will walk across the trail. Sometimes the visitors get to see that, and sometimes the visitors will get to see them when they're grazing on the grasses or the gopher apple that grows right alongside of the trail. But we want to make sure that when visitors see them that they don't stop and pick them up or they don't chase them. Definitely don't want to touch them. Just want to enjoy taking pictures of them and then step back and like, please don't steal our turtles. Don't take them.
Do visitors ever bring the tortoise in for you to relocate at the Gulf State Park?
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they'll take turtles right from the park and they'll bring them to the nature center and say, look what I found. And we have to explain, this is a protected species and we take care of it and we have to put it back in the park. Other times people will come and they will bring turtles from wherever they came from or from their home and they want to turn it loose in the park. They have to be very careful about doing things like that. Turtles that are going to be released have to go through an evaluation and they have to be checked for an upper respiratory infection. You can't just take a turtle, a gopher tortoise, and turn it loose into a healthy colony. If it has an upper respiratory infection, it can affect the rest of the colony. And so we don't want that to happen.
Thank you for answering my questions about the gopher tortoise.
You're welcome. If you have any other questions, feel free to come by and let me know.
Thank you.